This 15-minute, 3-step habit using the time funnel can completely change the way your month feels. So let's get right into the 3 steps. I have this system called the time funnel system. And at every step, since we're doing monthly planning, for example, you start at the level you're on, then you go 1 level up, and then you chunk 1 level down. So the 1 level you're on allows you to review, make sure what things did you want to do on a monthly level. When you go 1 level up, it gives you top-down alignment to make sure that we're setting big enough goals. And when you go 1 level down, it helps us be specific and strategic so that it's not overwhelming. So that gives us top-down alignment. It gives us actionable steps, and it gives us top-down alignment, which is everything that we want in a monthly planning system. So this is the Potential Planner. If you would like a sample of this, I will have that linked in the description box. It's a PDF. You can use it completely for free. I also have a physical version, I have a PDF version, and an iPad version, so feel free to check that out in the description. But even if you don't, the system definitely works even if you don't have the Potential Planner. So before we begin, kind of step 0 is I would set the scene. I like to think of the 5 senses, so like what's one thing you can smell? Maybe have a nice candle going. What's one thing you can hear? Have music that you like. What's one thing you can taste? Maybe have a beverage of your choice. Wear something cozy that you like, that you can feel. Maybe go to the park, change up your surroundings. So before we even get started, I really like to make it a ritual. So what we're going to do first is we're going to start by reviewing the level that we're on. And since we're monthly planning, that's the month. So in the Potential Planner, it has a space for this. So what we're going to do is we're going to review the month. We're just going to review November any ways we can. So whether that's by viewing the planning pages, the calendar, scrolling through your camera roll, your social medias, and also reviewing any finished projects that you have. If you had certain goals for November, what did you get done? Like if you wanted to post videos, go ahead and review those. And then I want us to write 10 amazing things that happened, things that we're grateful for, things that we're proud of. That really informs our values. When we look at what the top 10 best things were last month, that informs our priorities and our values that are going to go forward into December. Next, we're going to go up a level. So when I did quarterly planning, I set some quarterly goals, I set a quarterly vision. So what we're going to do is we're going to go up and look at that and see how did I say I wanted the quarter to go. And so in this planner, during quarterly planning, it has you set goals for the month, October, November, and December. And I feel that this is really important. A lot of planners will have you set monthly goals at the start of the month, or they'll have you set weekly goals at the start of the week. I feel that oftentimes those lack clarity, they lack top-down alignment, you don't dream as big. It's kind of like if you were climbing Mount Everest, you don't wait till the day you get there to say, how much should I climb today? Because then it's too much based on your mood and it doesn't have the bigger vision. So you make the plan first before you ever get on the mountain. And then once you're on the mountain, we can certainly readjust. And there are lots of blanks in this planner, which is new to this year, for how to readjust the plan. So during quarterly planning, we set a goal for December. So maybe it was, for December, I want to post 15 videos or whatever it is. So we're just going back and we're just going to rewrite that goal. Then we're going to vision forward on the month, and we do that by planning down a level or by planning our week. So you can kind of think of these as just the same step. So I recently read a book and it was talking about traits of people who achieve big things. And I think all of us want to achieve what we set out to do. If we have a certain life that we want to live, even if it's not something big or stereotypical, we want to do what we set out to do. And one of the number one traits of people who are successful and go after what they want is that they tend to vision things. So before they go into an interaction, they think about, how do I want this to go and what do I want out of this interaction? They think before a job interview. And I like to think of that before the week, before the month, to really visioning it crystal clear. And then every week I reference my monthly vision, because the way this is folded in, during weekly planning, we're going to go up and we're going to review this monthly work that we did. So I like to do this in the past tense. I like to write my December vision as if it's a month from now, and it's a journal entry, and I'm looking back on how December went. So there's questions in this planner to get you started, but you don't have to answer all of them. What's the theme of the month? If this month went perfectly, what would you have accomplished or experienced? What would you want to remember about this month a year from now? What's one thing you want to try that's outside your comfort zone? Who do you want to connect with or spend quality time with? How do you spend your weekends? What projects or trips are completed? What experiences, hobbies, or rituals will make this month memorable? Think of things that would make you proud, light up your soul, and meet your needs. If you're unsure what you want, start by thinking about what you don't want. It often reveals what you do. So that final bit is something that's really new to this planner before. I think in the previous planners, it was kind of treated as if it was self-evident that you know what you want. But this planner actually has a lot more questions about how to get clarity. Sometimes if we don't know the one specific thing that we want, we can start by process of elimination. You know what I would hate this month? I would hate if I just did the same old routine every single day. Well, maybe that means I want variety. What's the opposite of that? So that's a good way you can get into what you want your month to look like. So then we're going to actually go ahead and set results for the week, because again, if we're setting weekly goals at the start of the week, it's already too late. It's not aligned with bigger vision. If you're figuring out how much you're gonna hike when you get on the mountain, it's too late. So if I have a goal by the end of December, I wanna post 15 videos, that means I need to do 3 per week to maintain that pace. And in this planner, it has checkboxes to completely guide you through. So it says to keep these top of mind, write them on the top of the next spread. So if my month 12 result is I wanna post 15 videos, I want that to be on the monthly spread. I want to be seeing that regularly. I don't want to, sometimes with goals, it's like, okay, it's on this previous page and we never go forward and look, but I want it to be where I'm going to see it. And same with my weekly results. I want to have those top of mind. I don't want it to be like a t-shirt in a drawer I never look at. I want it to be in the front of the closet so that I see it. And so if we've done that right, our month result should be the same as our week 5 result. The next blank is about a seasonal bingo, which I'm not going to show in this video, but that is something that I'm very excited about, which is new to this year's planner. Next question is add routines and events to the monthly messy dashboard that happen on a monthly or bi-monthly basis, like budgeting, monthly planning, deep cleaning, monthly book club, monthly day trips, etc. So like if you know you get paid on the second and fourth Friday, maybe put budgeting there. So you go through and add new routines. Then finally, review your reflection from the previous page, add any action items to the monthly calendar. So when we did that vision, there are probably actionable things in there. Like if we said, I want more variety, we can start thinking about, well, what does variety look like? Does that mean that you want to try new neighborhoods? Does that mean you want to shake up where you work every day? And then you can put ideas on the monthly dashboard. Because the way I see the monthly messy dashboard, it's like a brain dump location. It's metaphorically written in pencil. I'm not married to everything that I put on here. The point of it is just that I clear my mind. So I can put all sorts of ideas on here. I can put events and tasks, which is pretty common for a calendar, but also I like to use it for ideas and for intentions. If I think, hey, next week I want to do a video on this topic, I'm going to put it right here because it's actionable. Anything that I'm going to act on, and if I know remotely even close when I want to do it, I put it on the monthly messy dashboard. So because of my system, anytime I think of any event, I put it on the monthly messy dashboard. This version you're seeing right here is just a mock-up because I didn't want to put my personal actual events. So this is just a mock-up that I have. But in reality, on my actual planner, December's already filled with things, because anytime I think of anything, even if it was 6 months ago that I thought of it, if it is going to happen in December, I put it on the calendar. So mine's already nice and full with just random events and appointments. If yours isn't, I'll put this on the screen, the Getting Things Done trigger list. You can just scan through this, and it's meant to kind of remind you of anything that you might have going on. So there's a blank for holidays, for anniversaries, for appointments, for errands to run, for things to return, if you're out of office supplies. I mean, there's all sorts of things on that list. And so you can just kind of dump it all on this December spread, or if it's going to be a month in the future, dump it there. So that is monthly planning, but that would be completely incomplete without weekly planning. And in my opinion, the number one thing that can change someone's life, has changed my life, that is weekly planning. So stick around for the next video, for this video on weekly planning. Check out the description for the free sample of the planner if you are interested. Thank you so much. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.